Hey everyone, Scott the Scottman. We're here to do a drive video today. We're heading west on M-21. We're here in Ionia, Michigan. We're going to be heading to where it ends over at M-37 or Beltline Avenue over in the Grand Rapids area. More on that after this traffic light. So where we started the video is here in Ionia, but pretty much where M-21 and M-66 meet. They have a brief concurrency there between where we began the video and that traffic light back there. So like M-66 going south will take you back down toward I-96. And then of course M-66 going north will continue its way up to the north. So yeah, from here we got 15 miles to Lowell, Michigan, and then 31 miles to Grand Rapids. Although M-21 doesn't quite go all the way into downtown Grand Rapids, but it ends at Fulton Street or Fulton Avenue. It basically goes right into downtown Grand Rapids. So I've already filmed one, maybe even two stretches of M-21 already, but more on the eastern side of the state, like more like Flint, Owasso, and those areas. But I figured because I'm heading out to Grand Rapids today, I might as well film this video. But yeah, it's not too bad of a day out. It's like partly sunny out. There's a lot of clouds out, but not really thick clouds. But it should be a pretty nice day. It'd be... For early May, it's going to be on the cold side. The current thermometer is only reading 47 degrees Fahrenheit. If you convert that to Celsius, it's around 8 degrees. But I don't think we're even supposed to get to 60 degrees Fahrenheit or like 16 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be, for May, it's going to be pretty cold. But at least on the bright side, everything is turning green. Everything's starting to bloom now, which is really, really nice. Especially compared to when I was driving out to the Grand Rapids area a few weeks ago. And yeah, over here we got two like prisons on both basically on both sides of the road. So M-21 is almost kind of like an alternative to I-96, even though we're several miles to the north of it right now. But eventually it does intersect it, like toward the end of the video. So M-21 goes from Grand Rapids all the way to Flint. So it runs parallel with I-96 in the western part of the state and then I-69 in the eastern part of the state. Like, where like 127 is like the dividing line in a way. Like not exactly, but close enough. Yeah, because I'm always on I-96 going to Grand Rapids, I have never been on this stretch of M-21 before. Yeah, it's pretty scenic, I would say, just because we have a creek just off to the left there. So it's making things a little bit more pretty. Plus, we have a lot of trees in the area, too. So definitely a nice change of scenery compared to the other side of M-21, especially between like Flint and Owasso. Which, yeah, it's been a while since I filmed that video. But yeah, for Grand Rapids, it's like I'm checking out a couple of restaurants out there today, and also heading back to Frederick Meyer Gardens. So I haven't been there in like a year and a half to 2 years ago, so it'd be good to go back. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and especially with everything in bloom, it wouldn't surprise me if it's going to get really busy today. Especially with the weather not supposed to be as nice tomorrow, because we got rain coming in tomorrow in the afternoon tomorrow. Pretty much all of, for sure, the southern half of Michigan. Like even here in in western Michigan, and of course, especially in the Detroit area. Yeah, it is very hilly in here, which is really nice. It's definitely different compared to like when you're driving on I-96 where it's more flat. But yeah, it's like we had a creek not far from us, but now we have like the Grand River itself just a little ways out to the left. So I would say pretty much for the rest of this video, M-21 is generally running parallel with the river. And Grand Rapids is the longest river in the state of Michigan, which I feel like I say that every time I drive either by it or across it in these driving videos. So I know I talked about this in one of my previous driving videos, but yeah, I just got back a couple weekends ago from Phoenix, Arizona. And then coming up next, my next like long weekend trip will be to Philadelphia for Memorial Day weekend. Philadelphia is a place I've been wanting to get to for years now. Kind of like Seattle was the same thing, and I finally got to go last Labor Day weekend in 2024. So now I'm excited to finally get over to Philly for a couple of different reasons. One, it's like a lot of fantastic history there, because keep in mind, it's basically the birthplace of the United States. It's where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and of course, that was the beginning of the United States of America. So yeah, so the history there is just incredible there, and also the food is incredible there too. Of course, everybody knows about the Philly cheesesteak. And of course, there's other great food out there, so I'll have to check that out too. I'm not planning to film any driving videos out there though, because I am not planning to rent a car in Philadelphia. Because unless plans change, I was planning to just stay in the city the entire time. So for all the cities in the northeastern United States, there is no point to renting a vehicle there. I guess if you were to, you'd have to rent it for like a day, or maybe just rent it for like a day. So I remember doing that one time when I went to Boston. Not the most recent trip that I did a year ago, but one I did 4 years ago, where there was a day I was heading out of the Boston area to do some other stuff. For that day, I ended up renting a car just for the day, where I got one in the morning and then I dropped it back off late in the afternoon. But it's like, yeah, for cities in the northeastern United States, the public transportation methods or modes are plentiful. Like, so it's not that difficult to get around, and plus you can walk to a lot of places too. Where like here, or like here in Michigan, whether it's Michigan or Grand Rapids, yeah, there's some public transportation options, but you generally will want a car. Like with Detroit, for example, the only way you won't need a car is if you're only staying in the immediate downtown Detroit area, or maybe going to Midtown, where you can either walk or take like the Q line. Okay, so here, this intersection, this is Morrison Lake Road. If you make a left turn here, that'll take you into the city of Lowell, which is right along the Grand River. And that goes, well, it's a little closer to I-96. And of course, you can take Morrison Lake Road further down to I-96 as well. So as you can see, M-21 does not go... Oh, wait a minute, we're not in Lowell yet. It's like, what am I thinking? Yeah, so the town that was off to the left, off Morrison Lake Road, that's called Saranac. So compared to Lowell, it's a smaller town. However, after you go through Saranac, you take Morrison Lake Road down to I-96. you still have to wiggle yourself over a little bit to get to the actual exit for I-96, because I don't think Morrison Lake Road goes directly to I-96. It goes over it, but as I was kind of saying, but there's no actual interchange. Like, you have to take some other side roads to get over to I-96, or better yet, go to Lowell. As you can tell, it's like, yeah, I've never driven on this stretch of M-21 before, so it's like, yeah, so I wasn't 100% sure on everything just at the beginning there. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. And then between now and then, like, I just do like either like day trips, or I don't even know if I'll be doing any weekend trips between now and then. We'll see. If the weather becomes really nice, I want to go off and do something for a weekend, then I can always plan something last minute. It would just be like a road trip or something. So yeah, can't believe it's already it's the 3rd day of May already. It's gone, or the year's gone by very quickly so far. We're already a third of the way through the year. But to be fair, I've done a lot of traveling too in the past year so far. Of course, again, I started out the year in Houston, like in early January, and then February I did a long weekend trip to Miami. March, I was in Mexico City for a week, down in Mexico, and then of course I just did a long weekend trip to Phoenix, like around Easter. So yeah, definitely doing a lot of stuff here. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, but also with me going to Grand Rapids, we have a couple of restaurants I plan to go to. I'm filming another restaurant tour for Grand Rapids because I hadn't really been in Grand Rapids much at all since 2023 when I did the last restaurant tour video. Because I would say 2024 I mainly avoided Grand Rapids. I went through it briefly when I was coming back from. When I went to like Pentwater and Silver Lake in that area for like a day trip last year in July. So I ended up going through the Grand Rapids area to go there and back, but I never stopped in the city. So it's nice to be doing that today, or this year. We're going back to do a new video. I've already filmed a couple restaurants already while I was out there a few weeks ago, but now we're heading back to basically get everything else filmed. Because yeah, it's not up already, but I think it probably is. After my Arizona videos go up, heck, as I'm filming this video, I'm still uploading stuff from Mexico. But I filmed a lot of driving videos already, which still need to get posted, but by the time this video goes up, this will already be uploaded, or they've already been uploaded. But yeah, chances are by the time this video goes up, I think I would have even finished the Arizona videos, or I might be getting this video uploaded. So I figured, like, even though I'm doing the whole cultural awareness thing, especially with me traveling all kinds of different places, it's like every once in a while it's nice to film a video or two here in Michigan. It's like I gotta go back to my roots a little bit. Heck, I wouldn't mind filming some more walking tours around the Metro Detroit area too. Alright, and we are now in Kent County, which is home to Grand Rapids. But like different walking tours in Metro Detroit. I know there's some different suburbs of Metro Detroit I need to film. It's also, I need to walk around Eastern Market in Detroit as well too. Alright, we're now in the city limits for Lowell. So yeah, unlike Saranac, which is a smaller community compared to Lowell, we're going through the city itself this time. And yeah, I can see downtown Lowell up ahead. And yeah, what's nice about these smaller communities too is that you got like smaller trees to where they basically bloom before the really big ones that you see like out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever driven through Lowell before. A nice little ice cream parlor there, and yeah, nice downtown area. Yeah, this is really nice. I almost feel like I have to check out Lowell a little bit more in detail or something at some point. Yeah, definitely like what I'm seeing right now. It's like 9:30 in the morning, so yeah, not a lot of stuff is going on. There are a lot of people parked, but not seeing a lot of people out and about, or at least walking. And got lucky with this light. This light just turned green. So if you make a left turn at that traffic light, that not only goes to I-96, but there is an interchange with I-96. So I feel like if you're on M-21, you need to get easily to I-96, and you're of course far west of Ionia. Yeah, that's a good way to get to I-96. Or you can continue on this. This ends up at I-96 anyway. I got a Chrysler and a Jeep, Dodge, and Ram dealership here. And then it's like kind of like with many small towns and cities in Michigan, it's like we got all the different fast food restaurants on the outskirts. We got Culver's, McDonald's, even a Jimmy John's and Burger King. Just made that light. O'Reilly Auto Parts, Ace Hardware, Taco Bell. There's even been some gas stations too we've been passing by. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fast food restaurants. I've even seen like an Arby's up ahead. Tractor Supply Company, Pizza Place, T-Mobile, H&R Block. Oh, even a small little theater. Yeah, we got some slow-moving traffic up ahead. Okay, someone was trying to turn here. Which might be to my benefit because the traffic light up ahead is red. Yep, good timing. So if you make a right turn, that'll take over to Lowell High School. Got a Walgreens pharmacy off to the left there. Oh, there's even a Meijer way off to the right. Yep, Subway, Big B Coffee. There's a dollar store up ahead. It's like there's a lot of activity over in here on the west side of Lowell. But Lowell is technically, we're starting to get into the Grand Rapids area a little bit. We're not exactly in the true metro area, but it's pretty close to it. And yeah, now I can say we're getting out of Lowell now. Yeah, the downtown though was really, really nice looking. It's like I may have to go back there at some point to check it out or something. But yeah, it's like, yeah, other than, of course, yeah, going on like weekend adventures or like day trips like this one, it's like not a whole lot's gone on since I've been back from Arizona. Of course, just work during the week because I do work a full-time job during the week. And of course, usually in the evenings, I'm always editing either YouTube videos or Instagram reels and different things like that. Ooh, this is pretty here. Got some purple in the trees. And yeah, you can't see it, but off a ways to the left, we got the Grand River. But so yeah, anyway, so then of course, yeah, and of course, yeah, anytime I'm working on like content creation stuff during the evenings, like on weeknights, of course, I'm always, because right now we have the NBA and NHL playoffs right now for like basketball and hockey respectively. So been following that. It's like, it is a shame that the Detroit Pistons end up losing in the playoffs though. Like they failed to make it out of the first round against the New York Knicks, but you gotta look at it this way though. It's like two things. One, the Pistons actually did win 2 playoff games. The first playoff games they had won since 2008. Like, I was going to university back then, so that was a long time ago. And not only that too, but the Pistons weren't expected to even make the playoffs this year, but they had a pretty good year. Especially given that they had, I think, their worst record, where they had the worst record in the NBA a year ago, and I think their worst record ever or something like that. So you definitely have to give them some credit. So hopefully they can do even better next year to where they can even become championship contenders. And I've been hearing rumors that Kevin Durant, who's a really good basketball player, he's currently playing. He played for the Phoenix Suns this past year. I'm hearing rumors that there could be an interest for him going to the Pistons or something. That'd be really cool if KD could go there or go play for the Pistons. So I forgot to point out, but just a minute ago we entered Ada Township, which Ada Township is like the eastern end of the Grand Rapids metro area. Although, how you can tell, or as you can tell with the scenery, it doesn't really look like it, but it's no different than a lot of the different townships out in the Metro Detroit area where it can look like the country at one end, and then all of a sudden you got a bunch of homes and a lot of businesses on the other side. Thinking like townships like Macomb Township or Canton Township, for example. And then with hockey, sadly, the Detroit Red Wings did not make the playoffs this year. Like, they had a chance, but they basically fell apart. Like, after like they had like like a world championship tournament or something, like sometime in February. Basically as a replacement of the All-Star game, and since then the Red Wings just flopped and they end up missing the playoffs, which is kind of sad to see. So M-21 is now becoming a divided highway or boulevard here. So kind of echoing the eastern side of M-21 a little bit, like when you're going west out of Flint. And we just made that light. Although we are not making this one, though. Okay, so we're now about to cross over the Grand River. Yep. Here's the Grand River. And technically now, yeah, M21 is now Fulton Street, too. It's still M21, but... Ooh, public access for the Grand River, too. So now we're definitely in the... It looks definitely more like the Grand Rapids metro area. And the Township Center for, like, Ada is off to the left. They're at the pole over yet. Flashing lights up ahead to the up there. Yeah, like downtown Ada is just immediately to our left. Oh, it looks like a big headquarters. Oh, Amway. Okay. A huge campus there. So anyway, so yeah, now this is also Fulton Street. And Fulton Street, even when M21 ends, it continues as Fulton Street and goes all the way into downtown Grand Rapids. There's another Grand River Drive over here, too. And it looks like the divided highway is about to begin once more. But it is nice we have the extra lane, especially since the traffic flow is starting to pick up a little bit. Now that we're in the Grand Rapids metro area. Yeah, lots of flowers in bloom right now, like in the, especially in the trees. So this is a really nice time of the year to be in Michigan because everything's really blooming right now. In fact, as I'm filming this video, of course, by the time this video goes up on YouTube, it would have been long past it. But yep, the Holland Tulip Time Festival is currently going on in Holland, Michigan. Because it just started yesterday as I'm filming this video, and there's like millions of tulips that are out and about in the city right now. Yeah, I remember going to that 2 years ago, and that was really, really cool to see. It was mostly cloudy that day, so like it wasn't the prettiest day, but still it was fantastic. I almost could go to it today, but it's like, even by getting to this time, people are really starting to roll into Holland. So it's like, yeah, my tip for you, if you're going to Tulip Time Festival, especially on the weekend, I highly advise you go early. I'm talking really early. I'm like 7:30, 8 o'clock, like you're finding a parking spot in Holland. Because once like 9 o'clock hits, like the traffic there can get kind of chaotic. So it's like you have to plan ahead for that one, or you can also get a hotel in the Holland area too. But the hotel prices there are crazy expensive for that. That's why when I went to the Tulip Time Festival 2 years ago, I ended up staying in the western side of Grand Rapids, where the hotel rates were much cheaper, but I still only had it was only like a 30-minute drive to Holland, which is not bad. Yeah, we should be getting close to I-96, I would say. And what will be really nice is that I'll be ending the video at Beltline Avenue, so I'll be able to easily just make a right turn off camera and take that straight up to Meyer Gardens. I'll be there in like 5 minutes from where I end this video, so makes it very convenient. Oh yeah, but I think we're seeing the interchange for I-96 way up ahead. However, I don't think there is a ramp to East I-96. I think it's just for going to I-96 West, which you can take that to get over to 196 to go into downtown Grand Rapids without having to take Fulton Street. Or you can also continue on I-96 East, or West, excuse me, to go out to Muskegon. But yeah, there's no ramp to get onto I-96 East from M-21 West. And yeah, we're going over the freeway right now. So coming up after this bend, we'll be seeing the traffic light for M-37. Well, M-37 and M-44, and that is where we will be ending the video. So we have driven west on M-21 from M-66 in downtown Ionia, Michigan, and we've headed all the way over to where it ends at M-37, M-44 here in Grand Rapids, or the east side of Grand Rapids. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that we don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.